town that Carl Perkins and his two brothers lived, a little town called Bemis, Tennessee. Carl and his two brothers had a band, and I met them, and I would go to some of the places they were playing, but I never thought about playing in a band, or I couldn't play any kind of instrument if I wanted to. I actually threw the radio in my car away because I couldn't play it. But I met Carl, and one night I was around where they were loading up, and for some reason he said, "W.S., we got an appointment with Sam Phillips next Thursday morning." Now this was Saturday night. He said, "Borrow some drums and go with me." I said, "Man, I can't play drums." But now this is what's weird about the whole thing. I went the next day, found a guy had some drums, told him what I wanted to do, and this guy said, "Well, W.S., you can't play." And I said, "If you will let me borrow your drums, I'll be playing by Thursday." He let me have them. I went out to my mom's house, set them down, and that's the reason I set them down. So nearly everybody thinks I'm set them up backwards because the hi-hat's over here. I never had seen a drum set up. That's the reason, and I'm so glad I did, because now it's easier for me to do some things. But we got in my car Thursday, drove over to Memphis, Tennessee. Now, if you click on my website, wsholland.com, you can see a picture of this car sitting in front of the place that I worked. We pulled up in front of Sun Records, unloaded, went in and did an old song that Carl had wrote called Movie Mag, a song about a boy taking his girlfriend to the movie. Her name was Maggie, and he's taking her to the movie on a mule named Becky. Sam Phillips liked that song. We got a recording contract that day. Years later, I asked Carl, "Why did you ask me to go to Memphis with you, knowing that I couldn't play very good or at all?" He said, "I wanted to pull up in Sun Records in a Cadillac car, and you was the only person in Bemis that had one." So I tell all the young kids now, to get in the music business, first you got to get a Cadillac car. So it was kind of a strange story. But we went on, the next thing that happened was the $1 Million Quartet session. Have y'all heard of the $1 Million Quartet session? It's a Broadway play. It was in the middle of that session, again with Carl and his two brothers. Sam Phillips hired Jerry Lee Lewis to play piano. In the middle of the session, John and Elvis walked by, just walked in the door. It turned into a jam session. We didn't think anything about it that night. I do interviews now, and people say, "What was it like being in the studio with all those big stars?" I said, "Hey, I wasn't in the studio with any big stars that night. The only thing I was thinking about, Sam was having to keep time and pay union scale for a session, and union scale was $11. And that's all I was concerned about, was my $11. But later, when it became history, a guy made a Broadway play, and it's great. If you get a chance, go see it again. They do have a little problem, though, getting the show together. There's about 3 different groups, and I still go to several of them with a company I work for in Cambria. But the problem they have is they don't have any problem finding somebody to do Elvis and John and Carl and Jerry Lee. But they have almost impossible for them to find somebody to play the drums that's pretty as I was in 1956. But now, and I'm gonna be quiet now, talking about the going to Memphis in the Cadillac car. I tell my success story now. In 1954, started in the music business. I had a good job driving a Cadillac car. Here I am, 60 years later, don't have a job or a Cadillac. Will you sing us a song so I can shut up?
Here's everyone's favorite little song called Ring of Fire. Don't be shy, it's a party. Love is a burning thing. It makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 and the flame it went higher. It burned, burned, burned. That ring of fire, that ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 and that flame it went higher. It burned, burned, burned. That ring of fire, that ring of fire. Isn't he good on those things? Give it up for Mr. W.F. Well, taste the love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Oh, the fire was wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 and the flame it went higher. It burned, burned, burned. That ring of fire, that ring of fire. Sing with us now, won't you? I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 and the flame it went higher. And burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire, that ring of fire, that ring of fire, that ring of fire, that ring. Hey, get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, got a rock and roll feeling in your bones, taps on your toes. Get gone, get rhythm. When you get the blues, a little shoeshine boy never gets no down, but he's got the dirtiest job in town. Bend low at the people's feet on the windy corner of a dirty street. Ask him while they shine the shoes out, he keeps from getting the blues. When busy raised his little head off the shoeshine wagon, then he said, get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, got a drunk with rhythm, make you feel so fine. The shake of the trumpets of the warrior's mind, get rhythm. When you get the blues, Stevie, play us something. Get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, get a rock and roll feeling in your bones, taps on your toes. Get gone, get rhythm. When you get the blues. Well, I sat down and listened to the shoeshine boy. I thought I was going to jump for joy. Left on the shoe polish left and right. Pick a shoeshine wagon, I held it tight. Stopped once, thought the sweat away. See my little boy, be working that way. Said the line gig with a big white grin. Kept on popping as he said again, get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, only cost a dime, just a nickel a shoe, does $1 million really good for you. Get rhythm. When you get the blues. You know what I want to do? I'd like to introduce the band. I think it's time. Like Johnny Cash, his best friend and confidant, he's with us tonight. He is. Mr. W.S. Fluke Holland. Play us something, W.S. My closest friend, I didn't tell him everything. You don't need to know everything. He plays a sound that WS is famous for. Listen to this. Now I'm going to introduce his name, and when I do, put your hands together. He's going to get silly on those things. Mr. Bill Carruthers. Get rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get rhythm when you get the blues. It's only cost a dime, does a nickel a shoe, does $1 million really good for you. Get rhythm when you get the blues. I'm going to introduce somebody else to you. You know who the Good Brothers are? Yeah, of course you do. The fellow playing stand-up bass for tonight, his name is Pete Sisk. He plays for the Good Brothers. Put your hands together for Mr. Pete Sisk, everybody. The fellow on my left, you're right. This guy's amazing. This guy played with Tommy Hunter, the late great Stompin' Tom Connors. Now he plays with me and I have no idea why. He does the guitar sound, which is very difficult to do. He does the guitar sound of Luther Perkins. And he's gonna do it right now for you. But he's gonna mess it up a bit. He's gonna sit again. Just watch what he does. Mr. Steve Petrie. Don't play. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. Put your hands together now, nice and loud. Steve Petrie, watch him work this thing. Good rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, good rhythm. When you get the blues, it's only cost a dime, just a nickel a shoe, does $1 million really good for you. Get rhythm when you get the blues. Put your hands together for the band, everybody. Get rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get rhythm when you get the blues. It's only cost a dime, just a nickel a shoe, does $1 million really good for you. Get rhythm when you get the blues, when you get the blues, when you get the blues. So we're at Cash Cabin, and we're going. Wait, I got to push the. For a second, I thought I was at Marine Land. That's what the dolphins do. Anyway. So we went back and looked at how they did this song, and WS and Dave Rowe, they were kind of chatting back. Well, they were throwing stuff, but they were chatting. They were chatting about this song and how this song was played. And WS said, "Well, Paul, no, it was more like this. Well, Paul, we never played this song the same way twice. And we're probably not going to play it the same tonight either. But the original song, it had this rhythm kind of fixed to it. But we listened to the original recording and it didn't on that track. But when I watched some concerts and he was good looking. Well, I shouldn't say was. He's pretty good looking now. Yeah. So I watched the live concerts, and they would put this rhythm piece in, this guitar rhythm piece, and Fluke will probably do some of that thing on there as well. They call it call and response. So Steve, you're going to play this lead solo thing, and I'm going to answer it with a bit of a rhythm. So we're going to do that on this one now. We're going to try to do that on this one. Here's a track called Big River. I taught the weep and the willow how to cry. I show the clouds that cover up the clear blue sky. The tears that cry for that woman gonna flood you, big river. I'm gonna sit right here until I die. Well, I met her accidentally in St. Paul, Minnesota. Told me up every time I heard her draw, southern drawl. I heard my dream went back down straight to Fort and Davenport. I followed you, big river, when you... This is it here. They took me to St. Louis later on down the river. Rita says she's been there, oh she's gone, oh she's gone. I found a trail in Memphis, but she walked up the block, raised a few eyebrows and went on down along. Now battle down Baton Rouge, River Queen, roll it on. Take that woman on down to New Orleans, New Orleans. Go on, I had enough, jumped my blues down in the gold. She loves you, big river, more than me. Now taught the weeping willow how to cry, cry, cry. Show the clouds that cover up a clear blue sky. The tears that cry for that woman gonna flood you, big river. I'm gonna sit right here until I die. Let's take it out. Well, that worked out okay. That was fun. John and June would travel together like Joyce does with WS. And well, when Johnny and June would travel together, June would come on stage and well, they do this song together. And it's a pretty cool song, actually. I'd like to, what I'd really like to do is I'd like to, if you don't mind, I'd like to bring Miss Wendy McKenzie back up on stage. Good. Now, you never stand there when we do this. Oh yeah, we fight just like them. Not saying they fought, well I'm sure they did. This no more booze for that girl. We're gonna sing together. And I've spit on this side, so you can sing on that side. Thank you. You're too pretty. Little song called Jackson. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. We're going to Jackson, gonna mess around. I'm going to Jackson, look out Jackson's town. Come on, man.
Well, go on down to Jackson. Go ahead and break your head. Go play your hand, you play talking man. That's a big one. You'll stay there. Go to Jackson. Go for your head. I'll be waiting so by Jackson. See you.
Now, Miss June, I got something to tell you. When I raised into that city, people gonna stoop and bow. All them women gonna make me teach them what they don't know now. I'm going to Jackson to loosen my coat. I'm going to Jackson. Goodbye, it's all the road. Come on, June.
Well, I'll find you in Jackson, and I'll be riding on a pony cane. They'll lead you round town like a scalded hound with your tail tucked beneath your leg. Go to Jackson, you big talking man. I'll be waiting in Jackson. Behind my Jane
Give it up for Miss June Carter. Let's do this again, Chevy. Come on over. Well, we got married in a fever. All in a pepper spray. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. We're going to Jackson, and that's a fact. I'm going to Jackson, ain't never coming back. Let's take it. Ain't never coming back. One more time. Ain't never coming back. It's June 3rd. That's always a fun one. Did you sing with us? Did you sing all the words? You didn't sing all the words. All right. Billy, which one do you want to do now?
Oh, well, we've been off the set list for so long now, it doesn't really matter.
All right. Well, we talked about Johnny writing songs about family and trains and well, he even wrote a song about a car when he worked. He worked at the GM assembly plant. No, that's not on the record, so we're not going to do it, but I can still tell the story. We're going to do another concert coming up. You can buy a ticket for that show and listen to that song.
You're going to do it again?
I think so. But he did write songs about jails. Now, some people think he was in prison or not in prison. Well, he was in prison, and he recorded some songs there. He was at this one particular prison, San Quentin, and W.S., tell that story about that prison, about San Quentin. There was a picture, somebody took a picture with a digit sticking up. Well, let's not tell that story, but just tell them about your time at San Quentin. Well, not that you had time in San Quentin.
Another strange story about Johnny Cash. He was so unusual. We never knew what he was going to do. A lot like here tonight. Right, guys? I'm at home. I can't believe how real this is. We didn't know what John was going to do, what tempo he was going to play something, or all we knew to do was when he started singing, we'd start playing. When he quit singing, we quit playing. A lot like tonight, guys. Anyway, we're doing San Quentin. The year after we did Folsom, we're doing San Quentin, and another great thing happened that night. Another big hit record. There was one of the biggest records that John made, Boy Named Sue. And how that happened, we didn't know that he had the poem. Shel Silverstein had sent him a poem. In the middle of the show, he just come out of his pocket with this poem. We didn't know what it was. And he started reading Boy Named Sue, the poem. Now, the audience was so great there. It was amazing, and it was so noisy, and we didn't have the monitors like we got now, and we couldn't hear what John was saying. Carl Perkins was standing up front, and he could hear John at the microphone, and he just kicked off a thing, a little guitar rhythm thing, and we could hear Carl's amplifier. So we recorded that song that night, and when John quit reading the poem, we quit playing. And I never heard it before. The next time I heard it was in the studio. We was listening to stuff, trying to get a good enough mix on it to release it. We didn't get a good mix on it. We released it anyway, and another Johnny Cash amazing story. It was one of the biggest records we ever played. So if we had about a month, we could sit up here and tell some of the unusual stories about Johnny Cash. But again, this is so real to me. Hey, thanks again for letting me come up and be with you.
Are you kidding me? We have to thank you for everything you've done for our show up here. Now, I got to tell you, this officially makes me, now this is in the world, the only Johnny Cash tribute artist that's recorded an album at Cash Cabin with Johnny Cash and Players. Now that's cool. Let's do San Quentin, shall we? Now remember, this is a story about a jail. I'll put you in that jail mentality. Just picture Fluke up on the stage playing in front of all the inmates. San Quentin, you've been a living hell to me. You've hosted me since 1963. I've seen them come and go, and I've seen them die. And long ago I stopped asking why. San Quentin, I hate every inch of you. You've cut me and you scarred me through and through. I'll walk out a wiser, weaker man. Mr. Congressman, why can't you understand? Mr. Steve Fisher. San Quentin, what good do you think you do? You think I'll be different when you're through? You bent my heart and mind and warped my soul, and your stone walls turn my blood a little cool. San Quentin, may you rot and burn in H-E-double-L. May a wall fall and may I live to tell. May all the world forget you ever stood. May all the world regret you did no good. San Quentin, I hate every inch of you. San Quentin, I hate every inch of you. You know why he wore black? Any idea? There's a prize. WS, tell him why this fellow wore black all the time. Could you?
Black or white?
Oh, he heard
If you'll
me.
think about it, the reason Johnny wore black and the reason nearly everybody in the band wore black, we didn't have any clothes very much. We didn't have a lot of money, didn't have a lot of clothes, and we could leave home with a pair of black pants and a black shirt on and do a whole tour and never have to change clothes. So it was something that we just had to do because it was the only thing we could do. And I think he said that in a book one time because black didn't show dirt as bad as white. See, that's when I still wear one here.
It's the same one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. This man is incredible. He truly is. He's got a heart of gold.
Yeah.
He's helped us tremendously, and well, it's not. We're going to do lots more together. It's going to be fun. I'm told he's a great cook, so I can't wait to go down there for bangers and mash, whatever he cooks. While we're chatting, before we get on to the next song, I want WS to tell you about that drum solo, and he's going to do it right now for you.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to do that in honor of my new best friend right here that's going to be a great drummer someday.
That's
That's for you, sweetheart.
Girls can play drums. Hey, thank y'all very much. And like I say now, if you don't like this, it won't make me mad. Joyce will be over by the merchandise stand, and you can go fuss at her. We're going to do a thing that I went back 50 years after the first time I was at Sun Records and recorded a thing called Drum Time because they fussed at me so. We got it out on CD, and we're going to do it for you. And thanks a lot for letting me do it, guys.
Our pleasure.
Fluke Holland, everyone. Now, before WS leaves, we're going to do one more song for him.
Now, that's the reason I don't retire. Audios like this.
He's a drummer.
Thank y'all.
He's a drummer. Now, there's some young people in the audience. Now, this is not on our set list, but we're going to do just a little instrumental of Hurt. Just 2 minutes of Hurt. I just want to have you listen just to the sound of how we do it. So when you look forward to come and do one of our shows, you'll hear a full version. Yeah, you'll have to buy a ticket for that too. Just have a listen. Mr. Steve Feature is going to put this together. He puts his heart and soul into this. Please listen. I hurt myself today. See if I still feel. I focus on the pain. The only thing that's real. If you buy another ticket, you get the full version. Here's a cool one. Done in 1971. A little song called Man in Black. They wonder why I always dress in black. Why you never see bright colors on my back? Why does my appearance seem to have a somber tone? There's a reason for the things that I have on. I'll wear the black for poor and beaten down, living in the hopeless, hungry side of town. I'll wear it for the prisoner who's long paid for his crime. He's there because he's a victim of the time. I'll wear the black for those who've never read or listened to the words that Jesus said about the road to happiness through love and charity. Why you think he's talking straight to you and me? We're doing mighty fine, I do suppose, in a streak of lightning, cars and fancy clothes. Just so we're reminded of the ones who are held back. Up front there ought to be a man in black. I'll wear it for the sick and lonely old, for the reckless ones whose bad trip left them cold. I'd wear the black in mourning for the lives that could have been. Each week we lose 100 fine young men. I'd wear it for the thousands who have died, believing that the Lord was on their side. I'd wear it for another 100,000 who have died, believing that we all were on their side. Well, things that never will be right, I know, and things need changing everywhere you go. But till we start to make a move to make a few things right, You'll never see me wear a suit of white. But I'd love to wear a rainbow every day and tell the world that everything's okay. I try to carry off a little darkness on my back till things get brighter. We're the man in black. Put your hands together one more time for this incredible band and Mr. W. Fluke Holland. Let's bring up Miss Wendy McKenzie, shall we? We're going to put Wendy maybe on Steve's microphone there, if we can do that. We're going to share. All right, we're going to share. Nice. Both the same height. Yeah, don't bending over my back. Well, there's times when Johnny Cash would close his songs or his shows with this song. The Carter Family, way back, you know, this song was written in 1907. Fluke, you remember that? No. Oh. This song was put together in 1907, and the world sings it everywhere today in churches, and this is an amazing song. So the Carter Family would close their shows with this song, and we're going to close our show with this song. Following this song, we're all going to meet you at the back table. Just kind of line up down the aisle. That would be like just this aisle. Make this aisle kind of like the aisle, and just be easier. Be like you know, like going to a wedding. You know, you go through and there's a good song called "Will the Circle Be Unbroken." Please stand up, stand up, stand up. Please stand up. Put your hands together. If you're not going to clap your hands, stomp your feet. Sailed in by my window on one cold and cloudy day. When I saw that hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Sing with us now. With the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better all the waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I'll bring it down just a touch. Lord, I told that undertaker, please drive slow. For the body you are hauling, Lord, I hate to see her go. Come on now. Oh, the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better all the waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Lord, I follow close behind her, try to hold up as we pray. But I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Sing with us now. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better all the waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I went back home on the lonesome since my mother, she was gone. Oh, my brother, sisters crying, what a home so sad and alone. Come on. The circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better all the waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Let's rock it out, shall we? Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better all the waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky, Lord, in the sky. for Mr. Paul Anthony. Peter Sisk on bass. Steve Petrie on guitar. Bill Curlers on drums. And the one and only W.S. Fluke Holland. What a treat. What a special moment. What an honor to have you here, sir. Thank you so much.